Good afternoon and welcome to today's presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association's coverage of racing in the Home Talent Colt Stakes. I'm Roger Houston, the brand ambassador for the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, and it's day one of racing from Hilliard, Ohio and the Franklin County Fairgrounds. Today's live racing event is brought to you by the Galbraith Equine Center at Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Cool Winds Farm, and Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
"30-year-old Lucas Sullivan was hired to map central Ohio in the Virginia Military District in 1795, and he, along with about 30 men, surveyed the lands where the Scioto and the Olentangy, called the Whetstone River back then, met. He was given 6,000 acres as payment, almost 9.5 square miles, returned to Kentucky, courted his eventual wife, and then came back to Ohio. He mapped out a community of 220 lots and named it Franklinton, after Benjamin Franklin. Sullivan had moved the whole village upstream off of the banks of the Scioto a year later when the whole area was flooded. It was there he built a brick house, and making sure it wouldn't be washed away, he was wed in 1801. Columbus was just a small tract of 20 acres across a river, but it would grow and be named the state capital in 1817 and the county seat in 1824. The village of Franklinton will be annexed into the city in 1859. The first Franklin County Fair was held in October of 1851 in Sullivan's Grove in Franklinton at the intersection of the National Road and the Harrisburg Turnpike, routes 40 and 62. The second fair was held with the Ohio State Fair in Franklin Park in Bexley, and held there for 34 years. From 1884 to 1910, a tri-county fair of Franklin, Delaware, and Licking counties took place at Llewellyn Park in Westville. It was held at the Columbus Driving Park from 1910 to 1912, then up to Beulah Park in Grove City for 4 years. Finally, in 1918, it found its permanent home at Hilliard Stations. Hilliard, and we'll have more on that later.
Yes, sir, live. Franklin County Fairgrounds, Hilliard, Ohio. Tom Pye, Don Holden, yours truly. Today's broadcast, harness racing, Home Talent Colt stake events. Total of 12 races coming your way this afternoon. Track is fast as fast can be, but it probably be listed as a good racetrack. Tom Pye, you had a very short night.
I think we all did, Roger. We were at
Wellston
down in Jackson County. Thank you,
now,
sir.
Now, folks, now you know how bad it is when you have to tell him where he was last night.
It all gets into a...
The thing is, you're at so many different locations, I don't know how you keep it straight.
Somebody said to me, I was at 20 fairs last year. I says, oh, contraire. I says, 44. I says, maybe 51.
Bring your horses on the track for the first. Bring your horses on the track for the first. Holiday 2. Eric Thorpes Jr. drives the 6.
They're bringing the horses on the track for the first race. It is a Home Talent Colt Stakes for 2-year-old pacing colts. They're going for purse of their 4 divisions, or maybe 5. Let me double check on that.
Well, this 26. Oh, they don't have the total purse listed in here.
But they do have 5 divisions. This division's going for $2,684. There are 7.
In the 8th race, David H. Miller, trainer of Lollipops Cruiser. We need a driver. Need a driver, 8 for Lollipops Cruiser.
And they have 7. Number 7 starts from the second tier. Looks like a good card. Looks like a couple of speedy ones in there. Cameron McCow on dive bar. His third lifetime start. Last time out on the 13th of July. It was at Northfield. And a Buckeye Stallion Series. They won a mile in 54 and through 3. This well-said colt, trained by Ron Steck, went in 55 and 4 and was third. So he has 1/3 and 2 starts. This looks like an opportune time from the 7-hole in the second tier. Beautiful day here in Hilliard. Temperature right around.
It is Hilliard, Ohio, right?
Hilliard, Ohio.
I would almost bet that 99% of the people say Hilliards.
It always was Hilliard's for years.
When did they change it just to Hilliard?
I think when they became a city.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize there was a change.
Yes.
This was the site of Hilliard Raceway back in the 50s. And they always said, going down the backside, they went up. Coming home, they go down. Hill, that is.
Hill. Downhill at Hilliard. But the older horsemen always call it Hilliard's. But
Then Scioto Downs was built, and that was the end of Hilliard's Raceway.
1959.
Phil Mulger, the mayor of Mount Vernon, Ohio, was the track announcer at Hilliard's and the first announcer at Scioto Downs as well.
Quite noisy here for.
Well, a water truck just
Yeah.
went away.
Yeah, but now Mount Vernon's a very nice scenic.
Knox County.
And quick question: Who?
Not too long.
Here we go. Who was very famous frontiersman that?
I thought you was going to ask me a horseman.
No, well, he's horses like apples, don't they? Yes, they do.
Apple Thomas.
The second trainer for Billy Houghton for many, many years. But Johnny
3
Appleseed.
out, 4 to go.
Really?
3 out, 4 to go.
He bought land up in Mount Vernon. And horses do like apples.
Usually 2 bites.
Yes, and get your fingers out of the way. We have
In this first race coming up, we did do our handicapping last night. I'm going to go with the 1, SM Ernest, with Chris Presley, the driver. By the way, Chris Presley will be a subject of one of our Top of the Stretch podcasts next week. We're going to interview Chris Monday morning, and he'll be the subject of our next podcast on the OHHA Facebook page. SM Ernest, Mike Metters, the trainer. Chris, number 1 call for horses trained by Mike Metters, and they're very competitive, make no doubt about that. 2-year-old gelding by KF St. Patrick out
5
of
out,
Meadowland.
2 to go. Keep them together.
Hole.
Keep them together.
Raced at Marion, second and 2-2-1. Up at Northfield in the Buckeye Stallion Series, finished 4th and 56-1. I'm going to go 1-7-4. I like SM Ernest in the first.
we are exactly on the same page, and that's exactly who I like. 1-7. I'm going to give the 7. He just paced in 55-4, finished 3rd. And they're both 2 starts.
Did you see that the
Let's keep
rider
one
at the
more.
Franklin County Fairgrounds was flying overhead just moments ago? It's time to go to the post. I don't know if we got live video of it. Did you get a shot of it? Still.
It was a single for
Together. Right in.
On the gate 7 is here. Dive bar and Cam McGowan. 2-year-old Colt Pacers. First of 5 divisions. About to post parade. Track announcer, Chris Patterson.
Todd Luther will drive the 1 turbocharged Pete in the 2nd. Tyler Smith not here yet. Here are the horses for the first 2-year-old colt pace home talent colt stakes, sponsored by Eldorado, Sauda Downs, $2,684. Number 1, SM Ernest. Mike Metters, Tina Studemeister, Pataskala High. Metters trains the pilot, Chris Presley. Number 2 is Fly, Charlie Fly. Cheryl Button of Ashley High. Jeff Eversold trains. Doc Holliday does the driving. Number 3, Rogers Rock. Bartley Tradition Racing of Pickerington, Ohio. Jimmy Lupton trains the 2-year-old by Pet Rock. The driver, Brandon Bartley. Number 4, Official Bean. Owned by William Bean of Sabina, Ohio. Brett Swartz trains. Scott Cisco on his lines. Number 5 is Rock's Fantasy. Tammy Carter, Londonderry. J.E. Mossberger of Washington Courthouse. Peggy Carter of Londonderry. Steve Carter, the trainer, with Dustin Bothman. Number 6, Bear Creek Kids. Owned by the Bear Creek Stables of Middlefield, Ohio. Vernon Beachy trains. Eric Tharps Jr. calls the shots. And number 7, Dive Bar. Here's to us stable, Miller's Pert, Chris Hopkins of Centerburg. Ronnie Steck trains. Cameron McCowan in the sulky. He'll take 1 score. Go to the gate.
Field of 7, 1 through 6 on the gate. 7 a trailer in the 2nd tier. 2-year-old colt pacers. The 2-horse Fly Charlie Fly, first official start, no qualifiers. Of course, I made the statement up at Urbana. I always pitch that horse that hasn't had any starts, and as soon as I said it, the horse went right to the winner's circle for Dean Gillespie up at Urbana. So will Ken Holiday do the same here with Fly Charlie Fly?
The SM Ernest, which I'm looking at, is sire is KF St. Patrick.
He was a great one, racehorse, great racehorse.
Yes, he made over 405,000 and took a mark of 51 and 5/8 that he was by Noble Land Sam. And
you know, I was just getting ready to say something about Noble Land Sam. I didn't realize he was the sire of KF St. Patrick.
yeah, I just had to look that up this morning.
Did you?
When I had nothing. But
There are 2 horses that are almost synonymous with Buckeye racing.
Noble Land Sam,
Chip Noble.
Chip Noble, and one of Gene Regal's.
No. Mike Metters. Didn't he train KF St. Patrick?
Oh, he did? Okay, that I did not know. Okay.
I want to say that's what popped right up for me anyway.
Okay. He was a foal 2004. That was before my Ohio days. I'm the born-again Buckeye. They are milling behind.
Starter Mike Wapkenberg has called him to the gate.
Yes.
It's post time at Hilliard. 93 degrees. It's hot. So hot, I stopped at a yard sale on the way up. I saw an Amishman buy an air conditioner.
Not sure what to oh, they're waiting for the truck and screen to get off the racetrack. Therefore, going to be a minute or so before they go to the gate here in the first. Track crew continuing to manicure the racing surface. Half-mile track, twice around for the distance of 1 mile. Two-year-old pacers slowly heading to the gate. Starter Wopenberg inching away. Looks like he's going to time it just about right with the truck and screen.
Horse approaching the starting gate.
To get off the racetrack, and it's off, and the racetrack is now clear.
First division, home talent, 2-year-old colt pacers are all moving in behind the gate. And the gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're up and pacing. SM Ernest going for the lead. Rogers Rock on the outside. Dive Bar from the second tier down along the cones. Fly Charlie Fly fourth. Official Beam Racing fifth. Rocks Fantasy under crack of the whip. And Bear Creek Kids. Down the back lane they go. Presley's got SM Ernest. On top of the field, by a length and a quarter. McCallan got away nicely out of the second tier with Dive Bar. Racing in at the rail third. That's Rogers Rock. They're by the opening quarter in 30 seconds flat. Around the turn, pacing fourth, Official Beam. Racing five, Rocks Fantasy. Trailing the field, Bear Creek Kids. Around the turn, down the lane, they'll motor for the first time. SM Ernest, the 2-year-old by KF St. Patrick, shows the way. Dive Bar, right in the pocket, second. Pacing down along the rail from third, Official Ben. Racing fourth, Rocks Fantasy. They're by the half, 59-1. Into the turn they go. SM Ernest, the leader. Dive Bar, McCallan under a big hold second. Official Beam and the Cisco Kid getting antsy third. Rocks Fantasy to the outside fourth. Down the back lane they go. Racing over the 3/4 mile mark. Official Beam. Help me.
Maddox, grandstand right away. The Maddox, grandstand right away. Ambulance, grandstand right away. This time, back in front of the stands, your winner. First race, number 4, Official Bean. William Bean of Sabina, Ohio. Brett Schwartz trains. Scott Cisco in the sulky. 2 minutes. Flat. 2-year-old gelding by Artificial Lady Calloway. Opening quarter, 30 seconds flat. 59-1 to the half, 129-2. 3/4 a mile, 2 minutes flat. Results are official. First race. Number 1, SM Ernest, 5. Number 2, Fly Charlie Fly, 4. Number 3, Rogers Rock, 7. Number 4, Official Bean, the winner. Number 5, Rocks Fantasy, 2. Number 6, Bear Creek Kids, 6. The 7, Dive Bar, 3. Top down, 5, 4, 7. 1, 2, 6. 3 on the bottom. The mile, 2 minutes flat. In the second race, number 1, Turbocharged Pete, the driver, Todd Luther. The 5, Changing of the Guard, Cam McGowan. 1 through 6 on the gate, 7 a trailer, second tier. First division, 3-year-old colt trot. Bring them right on out for the second. 7 of you, bring them on. Race 2.
And that was a good mile, 2 minutes flat, and Official Bean, followed by Rocks Fantasy and Dive Bar.
Down along the rail by the fence. Come on up, judges stand right away.
And that coming up the second race here at Franklin County Fair in Hilliard, 2-year-old, 3-year-old trotting colts. And we will be back shortly after a word from our sponsors.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stake. Win them. Aren't in. Be sure to catch the new podcast, The Top of the Stretch, presented by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. The podcast keeps fans of racing in the Buckeye State up to date on various topics concerning the sport of harness racing. The news and views of top officials, owners, trainers, drivers, and breeders in Ohio. That's the all-new podcast, Top of the Stretch, on the Facebook page of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Be there!
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
During several of today's races, watch and listen for your chance to play Text Trivia. Text your answer, A, B, or C, to 614-633-5554. All correct texts will be eligible to win. So enter this number in your phone and be ready. 614-633-5554. That's 614-633-5554. And good luck from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.
And we're back live at Franklin County Fair. Coming up to the second race, Home Talent Colt Stakes, first division for the 3-year-old colt prodders. First of 3. And got a good select field. We have Turbocharged Pete, Red Juicio, Light It Up More, Foss's Rumors, Changing of the Guard, SM Count on Me, and Jarman Jimmy's GTO. Now these are all horses that have been racing.
Kip.
Racing since June. And particularly I like SM Count on Me. It is nice colt by Full Count, gelded by Full Count, out of a Lindy Lane mare. And Mike Medores, we just mentioned him. Chris Presley driving. This year he's 7 starts, 1 win, 1 second. Win at Circleville, 2, 3, and 1. Now the only one close to him is Foss's Rumor. He has not graced the winner's circle so far this year, but he has been timed in 58-2 at Scioto. And
1 out, 6 to go. 1 out, 6 to go.
Last week in Wilmington, he won an excellent mile of 2-2 last quarter and 30-3 as he finished second. That was his first second for the year. But both those colts last year, Foss's Rumor made $24,854 with 15 times 1, 2, 3, and 24 times lifetime. Last year he was 13 out of 19. SM Count on Me, 31,000 last year, 24,000 last year, and at 11 times out of 16. So those are the two horses that looks like they're going to be 1-2. But again, you never know. It's still early in the year for all of them. Now we got 2 in here by Coraggio also. That's going to be my problem word for the year, I think. I always have a problem word. One time I had to make a public service announcement, and it noted it will occur at 7:30 at the Falmouth Senior Center. And for weeks upon end, I just said it's going to occur at the Falmouth Senior Senator. And it stuck in my head. It's like a song.
All right. Roger, do you take these tape recorder? Thank you, gentlemen. Do you have his tape recorder? No, I don't. Okay. I tried. He's got it.
Keep them coming.
They were getting on the track for the second race.
Greg Luther drives the 1. Cameron McCowan on the 5.
And okay, we were all settled in again. So the Full Count, SM Count on Me with Chris Presley looks to join us at the winner's circle one more time.
In this second race, I'm going to go with 4. Foss's Rumors, Ken Holliday. Second last time out at Wilmington. Mile in 2:02, final quarter 30-3. 2 starts at Scioto left a lot to be desired. Bad post positions, 8 and 8. 4-6-7, Foss's Rumors. Doc Holliday. 3-year-old gelding by Coraggioso out of Electric Vivian. Got 4, 5 out, 2 to go. 1 through 6 on the gate, 7 a trailer in the second tier.
Yes, I'm going to have to look up Scimitar.
Who?
The dam of, or the sire of the dam of Foss's Rumor, because that is
Scimitar was an a Buckeye.
okay.
Raced. I remember him racing.
That's got to be at least 20 years ago.
Maybe even, well, I don't know. I won't say longer than that, but at least 20 years.
Which only seems like yesterday.
I think he was an Ohio champion, if I remember correctly.
The name does sound familiar, but I'm going to have to go to Pathway on the USTA website, and if you become a member of the USTA, you can have a Pathway account, and you can look up any horse, any year, find out its breeding, its record. It's a very valuable piece of information. I was in a horse the other day. I decided to trace it all the way back to the 20s. And she was there with a full 97. She had all 3 breeds of the standard horse. She had the Clay Yellow, she had the line, and she was the Hamiltonian. But they went all, could have gone back to the 1700s, but it's a fascinating tool. If you check out the USDA website and look up Pathway, become a member of the USDA. It's an excellent.
All 7 horses are on the track, so they'll be post-breeding momentarily. 7.
There's one over there, one over there, one over there. Again, it's a 91 degrees, but it does have a breeze. And we're sitting in the shade with no pink
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders ship that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Be sure to catch the new podcast, The Top of the Stretch, presented by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. The podcast keeps fans of racing in the Buckeye State up to date on various topics concerning the sport of harness racing. The news and views of top officials, owners, trainers, drivers, and breeders in Ohio. That's the all-new podcast, Top of the Stretch, on the Facebook page of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Be there! Our feature today is information that will help you better understand our racing program. In this instance, it is race number 6 at Scioto Downs on Friday, May the 22nd. Now this race is a filly and mare open event. Post position 1 was assigned to Gypsy Merlot. The other spots were luck of the draw. Driver Chris Page had a choice to make as he was named on 2 horses. He chooses the 3 over the 5. The purse is $18,000. A breakdown on that purse: 50% goes to the winner, $9,000. The second place finisher gets 25%, or $4,500. Third place is 12%, which equals $2,160. The fourth place finisher, 8%, or $1,440. And the fifth place finisher, 5%, a check for $900. Now the wagering options in this race: they have exacta and trifecta wagering. In the exacta, you must pick the correct order of finish of the first 2 horses. Pick them 1, 2 to have a winning exacta ticket. In the trifecta, you pick them in the correct order of first, second, and third. Yes, pick them 1, 2, 3 to have a winning trifecta ticket. With that information, we hope it makes it a bit easier for you to understand our racing program.
2 Yankee Cruises, I should say 3 Yankee Cruises, and 1 Big Bad John. So,
Field of 6, as we said, this is the second division of the 2-year-old colt pace.
Let's go.
The other division was won by Official Bean and Scott Cisco in 2 minutes flat.
and this looks like it can go in 2 minutes, maybe a little bit better if they get down the half and huff. 6B Hanover, just coming off a 56 and 4 mile up in Northfield.
You know, somebody asked one time, there's a lot of reasons why horses are going faster. But one of the reasons that horses are going faster, and it's ever so slight, but still a factor, when they did away with the hub rail. When they had a hub rail, drivers stayed away from that hub rail 2 or 3 feet. They did away with the hub rail, went to pylons, and the drivers drive right down on the pylons.
Makes a difference in
So whether
a
it's
couple of feet.
3/5 of a second or a full second, I'm not sure. But then there's other factors, the equipment, the breed, and everything. But no question, they're going a lot faster today than
We
they
were
would
talking
years ago.
We were talking about Redskin in
The
Urbana,
pacer,
and
Jerry Smith.
Yes, he set a world's record in 2 minutes, 4 seconds, and 2/5 in a mile and a 16th. Now, that was 1986, I believe. Come 1999, 2000, 2 minutes and 4/5, or that's what the 15,000 claimers are going in. But they just the street. One of the big, of course, major difference was the modified sulky that came out, and I might have that as a trivia question.
4 out, 2 to go. 4 out, 2 to go. Keep them coming, please.
You know, I don't know whether you believed me earlier. I
Tomorrow
don't think you
post-time,
doubted me, but
12:30
I want you to
again.
have
We
the
got
opportunity to
11
see the
tomorrow.
Goodyear blimp now.
It's the heat, Roger. I don't see it. Where is it?
Right over the city of Columbus right now.
Ah, there it is. The plane, boss. The plane. The plane. But it blends right into it, the blue hay down.
Horses parading to the post. 4th race.
Here are your horses for race number 4. Second division for home talent 2-year-old colt pacers. This race sponsored by El Dorado, Sauda Downs, $2,584. Number 1 is John's Handsome Boy. Big Bad John Colts, owned by Winchester Bay Acres Incorporated of Pompano Beach, Florida. Jim Arley's Jr. trains with Doc Holliday. Number 2 is 6 Hanover. Bartley Traditions Racing of Pickerington, Ohio. Jimmy Lupton trains the 2-year-old by Pet Rock. The driver, Brandon Bartley. 3 is Yankee Sage. Steve Sexton, Xenia High. Brett Swartz trains the 2-year-old by Yankee Cruiser. Scott Cisco on his lines. Number 4 is Perpetual Rock. Home with Scotty Cox of Streetsboro. Jason Ash, Delaware, Ohio. Cox trains with Sean Barker II. Number 5 is Trey Rockette. Here's to Us Stable, Millerport, Ohio. Ronnie Steck trains. The driver, Cameron McCowan. And number 6 is Armor Cruiser. Tammy Carter of Londonderry, J.E. Mossbauger of Courthouse, Patani of Sagamore Hills, Ohio, Carter trains, Dustin Bothman in the sulky. 1 score and go to the gate.
Cam McGowan driving the 5, Trey Rockette. Again, my number's 426 with Perpetual Rock. Single lines on the 3, Yankee Sage. Wilmington was 3rd. Individually timed 2:06 and 3. Final quarter 29 and 1. Trey Rockette qualified at Delaware way back June the 11th. Actually didn't qualify. 5 distance. Distance is at least 25 lengths. So we know on that date, no faster than 2:06 at least. But I got a feeling it might even been further back than that.
Trying to think back of that yet. There was one that Brett Miller had drove for that day, and it just didn't, just backed up through the field. So, but when they have DIS, I always say, this is not the horse for me to bet. But
The only horse in the field that shows a break is John's Handsome Boy. Last time out at Circleville, was off stride before the start, continued after the start, got flat, got within 4 lengths on the outside at the half in third, made another break going to the 3/4 pole. Went inside pylons and finished 6th distanced.
again, this is not the horse for me. But I do like the Perpetual Rock, and I 4-2 in this race. Very nice 2-year-old Colts and Geldings going for a purse of $2,584. The Hometown Colt Stakes here at Franklin
On this
County
one,
Fair.
This horse is trained by Daryl Hoosier, not Jim Arledge Jr. The one, John's Handsome Boy. Trainer should read Daryl Hoosier. Horse approaching the starting gate.
Two-year-old Colt Pacers, all 6 on the gate.
And racing fans, 2-year-old Colt Pacers, they're at the top of the stretch. Here they come. John's Handsome Boy's putting in some steps. Trey Rockette's not leaving. Off stride, Armored Cruiser. Off and pacing. That's 6 by Hanover going for the lead. Perpetual Rock and Barker up on the outside and going right on. Racing down along the rail third. John's Handsome Boy ducking fourth is Trey Rockette. Yankee Sage and Armor Cruiser made a break. Trails the field. Down the back lane they go. On top of the field, Perpetual Rock shows the way by a length and a quarter. 6 by Hanover and Bartley under a hold is second. Racing down along the rail third is John's Handsome Boy, 32 seconds. Trey Rockette in at the cones. Yankee Sage. Armor Cruiser is last. As they travel over the 3/8 mile mark, Perpetual Rock, the Pet Rock Colt shows the way. 6 by Hanover racing down along the rail second as they come by the stands for the first time. Out and rolling on the outside with a burst. Here comes Holiday with John's Handsome Boy. After the leader, outside comes Armor Cruiser. They're by the half, 104-1. Into the turn they go. On top, 6 by Hanover at the rail. Up on the outside, John's Handsome Boy putting the pressure on. In at the rail third, Perpetual Rock. Outside fourth, Armor Cruiser and Bothman. Down the back lane they go to the 3/4. 6 by Hanover and Bartley the leader. John's Handsome Boy on the outside. 133-1. Up the inside, Perpetual Rock third, now second. Armor Cruiser hanging on the outside, third. Hey, got a little better than 8 to come. And it's 6 by Hanover. The Pet Rock shows the way. Outside, Perpetual Rock coming at him. Down the lane they come. 6 by Hanover digs in. Outside, Perpetual Rock. 6 by Hanover. Perpetual Rock by a nose. Hit a thriller. 203-2 in a whacker for win.
So the win goes to Perpetual Rock in the final stride for Sean Barker.
104-1, 133-1, 203-2.
Mile and 203-2. Last half 59-1. Final quarter 30-1/5. If they ever get this John's Handsome Boy straightened out and get
Judges
him
will ask
making
for the
breaks,
picture for win. It was a whacker.
it just seems
I got
like
him 4, 2, 3.
Doc
I'm
Holliday's got a
32,
dozen eggs
104-1,
in each hand.
133-1, 203-2. Back half 59-4.
But the horse certainly has a lot of speed.
Last quarter 29-4.
Still learn and earn time. This is his
Two
first,
Pet Rocks
second
was in the
start.
photo for win. Pet Rock, one of the top sires in the Buckeye State, stands at Midland Acres in Bloomingburg, Ohio.
Thank goodness for this tent and the breeze.
Yeah, I hope that equipment cools off, because that was...
Do you think we're
4,
back to normal, Don?
2, 3.
He's
Official.
shaking his head yes.
Well, from
Stepping
my
into the
view,
winner's
it looks
circle,
like he was
winner of the
shaking his
fourth,
head
second
no.
division for
He's
two
got a
Colt
smile
Pacers
on his
hometown
face.
There's,
Colt
we're back
Stake.
to normal now. He's smiling.
Sponsored by Eldorado Soda Downs, $2,584. Scott Cox, Streetsboro, Ohio. Jason Ash of Delaware. Scotty Cox trains Sean Barker II, the winning driver, number 4, Perpetual Rock. He's a 2-year-old brown colt by Pet Rock out of Vanity Fairest. 203-2, back half 59-4, last quarter 29-4. Getting up in a thriller in the 4th. Top down, John's Handsome Boy 5. 6 by Hanover 2. Yankee Sage 3. Perpetual Rock the winner. Trey Rockette 6. Armor Cruiser 4. 32, 104-1, 133-1, 203-2. 5-2-3, 1-6-4, 203-2. Bring him on the track for the 5th. Hank Levan on 1. Dustin Bothman on the 2. Tyler Smith drives the 3.
4th race won by Perpetual Rock. Tom and I are taking a straight up exacta, so to speak. 4-2 in the 4th. 203 2/5. 5th race coming up. 3-year-old Colt Pace. Home Talent Colt Stakes Field of 5. Back with more in a moment.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service, standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Cool Winds also stands trotters Coraggioso, sire of stakes winner Lima Gold, and double millionaire sire Lucky Chucky. Be sure to visit the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them. How did you get started in the horse racing business?
My whole family's been in it, from my mom's side to my grandpa to my dad's side, my grandpa, uncles. My whole family, and I was been with the bug at a young age.
What was your first memory of county fair racing?
My first memory was just going to the fairs with Dad, but there's a picture of me in Greenville. Somebody, me, Dad, and Grandpa. And from then on, just the county fairs where I grew up.
Do you have a favorite fair or a favorite fair circuit?
Delaware's my favorite. The jug, the atmosphere. Other than Delaware, probably Greenville. Greenville's, it's kind of like a mini jug, but Delaware, nobody can beat Delaware.
What is your best memory of racing at the fairs?
Probably when I win the Little Brown Jug elimination. It was an unbelievable feeling, and it was just, the county fair atmosphere. It was just unbelievable.
What do you like most about racing at the fairs?
Just the atmosphere, and just, the fairs are more where you're in a small area and you got a lot of people, the fans. I like interacting with the fans, and they're all right up close.
Do you remember your first win at the county fairs?
Yep, it was on a horse named Chip Boucher. It was actually on Father's Day, and that was my first win with one of Dad's.
What is your favorite fair food.
I love the French fries with vinegar.
What do you do when you're not around the horses?
Well, I got a 4-year-old right now, and she keeps me pretty busy, active. She's running around like crazy growing up, so basically watching out after her, trying to keep up with her.
Do you have a favorite horse that you've driven or trained?
No, my favorite horse has to be Let's Drink on it. He took me places that I dreamed of being, you know, when I was 40, to be 20, 21, to be able to do it. And he took me places that was unbelievable.
Back here, after getting to know Tyler Smith. Hank Levan drives the 1, Risky Million. Dustin Bothman on the 2, Walk This Way. Tyler Smith driving the 3, McBuster. 3-year-old Colt Pacers, $5,077. First division. I'm going to go 3, McBuster and Tyler Smith. 3-year-old Gelding by McArdle, a pest from the west. Second, Ottawa, 59-2. Second at Urbana in 55-1 on the half-mile track at Urbana. This is what, the 18th? Did that on the 15th. McBuster, 3-4-1 in the 5th.
He will be tight. And that is the only thing that's
Keep him coming.
that distracts for me is being out in the 5th, 3 days coming back, and 55-1. That's even risky business. He was up at Urbana. He was second. Incidentally, at Urbana, the Bell Fountain track record, they had the Bell Fountain meet at the Champaign County Fairgrounds. Track record at Bell Fountain was 157-1. That night in Urbana, that night in Urbana was when they had 3 races, 157-1, 157, 155 flat.
You know, Don, we're going to have to teach Tom sign language. I'm giving a signal to Don to take me off the camera. Tom's thinking, oh, I'm supposed to stop talking.
Put in order.
Well, see, I got my own. I give the cutthroat sign to say, Don.
Well, you've always been kind of mean. I don't cut throat.
No, you'll be good. But that was a great night of racing. There are several horses in here. In fact, here in this race, they're coming up for the post parade.
Here's the starting lineups for the 5th First Division Home Talent Stake for 3-year-old Colt Pacers. This race sponsored by Clark Racing, LLC, $5,077. Number 1 is Risky Million. Matt Rowe, Urbana, Ohio. Mark Rowe, the trainer. The driver, Hank Levan. Number 2, Walk This Way. Greg Clark, Grove City, Ohio. Dustin Arledge trains. The driver, Dustin Bothman. Number 3 is McBuster. Matt Rowe, Urbana, Ohio. Mark Rowe trains. The driver, Tyler Smith. Number 4, Big Beretta. Hard Gun Racing Stable, Washington Courthouse. B.R. Larrick of Leesburg. Ada Jacobs of Mount Vernon. Brett Swartz, the trainer, with Scott Cisco. And number 5 is El Tara. Richard Holder of Willoughby, Ohio. Dave Sweeney trains. Dave Sweeney will call the shots. 1 score, and they'll go right to Wapkenburg.
David Sweeney driving the 5-horse. 82 years young. Has to be one of the oldest drivers still competing in harness racing in North America. A few years ago at a county fair in Pennsylvania, coming to the half, David Sweeney's horse shied and ran into a cement
driver change on
whatever
the 2.
you want to
walk
call
this
it,
way. Make
that
the
they
driver
use
Chris Presley.
for traffic
Chris Presley will
barriers.
drive the 2. Walk this way.
Hit it head on. David Swaney was seriously injured, but within 6 months to a year, he was back driving again. He is a practicing veterinarian, still races at county fairs in Pennsylvania, and here he is this afternoon at Hilliard's. This 3-year-old colt, El Taher, first start, no past performance, by Beach Tray out of Trixie Osborne. Doc Swaney going strong at 82.
82.
There's still hope for both of us.
Absolutely. We'll get. They should have a senior citizens race, I think.
Now, they've tried to get me back in the sulky a number of times of late. The answer's no.
Interesting on this. We're talking about track records here at Urbana. His track record is 154-3. Wilmington track record was set that week was by Snow Moon that Jessica Smith owned in Crane. They went 155-3.
Moving up, moving in for the 5th.
Snow Moon, also a winner of a Buckeye
sponsored by
Stallion
Clark
Series
Racing.
event as well.
Yes.
5,000.
But who was second in that
$77.
track record time was number 4, Big
These
Bretta.
races are on Facebook
So-
today.
We got a couple of almost track records, 3 horses in here. Watch David Swaney surprise us all.
Track record win 55-3. Big Bretta finishing 3rd in 156-4. Final quarter 29-2. Mike Wilkenberg brings him into the stretch. Chris
Gate
Patterson.
swings into the stretch, and here they come. The rough and pacing McBuster going for the lead. Risky Million at the rail. Big Brett up on the outside 3rd. Getting away 4th, Walk This Way. And the first time starter, El Talar, is the early trailer. Down the back lane they go, and Tyler Smith puts McBuster on the choo-choo, bite 2 1/4. Risky Million, a big winner at the Trumbull County Fair with Hank Levan 2nd. Nick By racing 3rd, Big Beretta pacing 4th. Walk This Way, they're by the quarter in 30-2. El Talar is overmatched in here as they fire around the turn to the 3/8 mile mark. McBuster shows the way, racing 2nd, Risky Million. Big Bretta down along the cones 3rd, racing 4th, Walk This Way. El Tara racing 5. They pass by the stands and the fans for the first time. And McBuster and Tyler's got a hold on him. They're by the half, 102-3. Racing 2nd, Risky Million. Big Bretta will dig it out from 3rd. Racing 4th, Walk This Way. La Tower catches the pack 5th. Down the back lane they go. McBuster and Tyler Smith, the leader. Here comes Cisco Kid, Big Bretta, firing up on the outside, now 2nd. Risky Million 3rd, 3/4, 132-4. And the 2 heavyweights will go at it now. Around the turn, McBuster at the rail. On the outside, Big Bretta swinging 3 deep. Risky Million, down the lane they come. McBuster digs in. Big Bretta on the outside. McBuster, Big Bretta on the outside. Big Bretta, McBuster, Big Bretta by a nose. In 201, hit a whacker for win.
It appeared that it was Big Bretta in the final stride over McBuster, but that
Judges
was
asked for a
tight.
picture.
Couldn't have been more than an inch,
A
2
whacker
inches
for
at
win.
both, at best.
Maybe 3.
I got him 4,
Maybe
3,
that
1.
was a.
I'm unofficial, 30-2, 102-3, 132-4, 201. A thriller in the 5th at the Franklin County Fair.
28-1 that last quarter.
What was the time?
3, 1. 4 over the 3 by head.
Four, 3, 1. Son of a gun.
What was the time of the mile?
I believe it was 2-1. I'll double check on that.
2:01. Last half in 58-2. The final quarter, 28-1.
At the county fair.
Big Beretta.
Now the big bad John.
And McBuster, no excuses. Got to the half and 102-3. 3 quarters, 132-4, and you would think would have plenty enough coming home, but got nipped at the wire.
Well, that was a 28-1's pretty good mile, pretty good last quarter here. And of course, their last 8th was
In the winner's circle, in a thriller, winner of the 5th, First Division Home Talent Stake for 3-year-old Colt Pacers. This race sponsored by Clark Racing LLC for $5,077. Owned by Hired Gun Racing Stable of Washington Courthouse, B.R. Larrick of Leesburg, Ada Jacobs, Mount Vernon. Brett Swartz, the trainer. The Cisco Kid, Scott Cisco, in the sulky. Number 4, Big Beretta. 3-year-old Brown gelding by Big Bad John out of the Good Mare CC, Big Girl Beretta, first of the season, 2:01. Big Bad John stands at Midland Acres in Bloomingburg, Ohio. Big Beretta and the Cisco Kid in a thriller. Race 5. Risky Million 3. Walk This Way 4. McBuster 2. Big Beretta the winner. El Tarar 5. 30-2. 102-3. 132-4. 2:01. 3-4-2-1-5. 2:01. Bring them on the track for the 6th. Number 5, Shoot the Odds. The driver, Alex Hawk.
Well, we had the right numbers, just wrong order in the 5th. Big Beretta, McBuster, and Risky Million. 2:01. 6th race coming up. 2-year-old Colt Pace, 3rd Division Home Talent Colt Stakes. Alex Hawk drives the 5. Shoot the Odds. Field of 6. Back with more in a moment.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders ship that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Back here at Hilliard, Ohio for the Franklin County Fair. 6th race coming up, 6th of 12 here on Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association Facebook page. 2-year-old Colt Pacers, $2,584. I want to emphasize in that third race, we were not on the air. It was, however, videotaped and will be available on Trot and Pace replays later on this evening. So if you want to see that third race, you can pick it up a little later. Now it is time for Tex Trivia.
Tex Trivia. And this is put your numbers 614-633-5554.
You dream that number at night?
All the time. People, and somebody asks me, what is the number of your phone? And I go blank. But the 4 major tracks in Ohio are Northfield, Scioto, Miami Valley, and Dayton. Now, those are the 4 major tracks. The parimutuel tracks, the fair tracks, we have 66. But of those 4, Northfield, Scioto, Miami Valley, Dayton, which one? 3 are 5/8 mile dashes. 1 is a half-mile track. Which one is it? A, Northfield, B, Scioto, C, Miami Valley,
4 out, 2
or
to go.
D, Dayton. The half-mile track. The other 3 are 5/8 mile track. Is it A, Northfield, B, Scioto, C, Miami Valley, or D, Dayton? I'll take the second and the fifth correct text to 614-633-5554. Good luck. A, B, or C? Northfield, Scioto, Miami Valley, or Dayton? The half-mile track of the 4. Good luck.
Field of 6 2-year-old Pacers, and our 6th of 12 this afternoon. Moving right along. Don't forget, again tomorrow, airtime 12:30, first race post from the Franklin County Fair here at Ohio. Racing only, without spectators.
Now we have the wind in the wire here at Hilliard. Kind of, the wind just picked up. Okay, we have our text trivia winners. Question was the 4 major tracks in Ohio.
Let's get them together.
3 are 5/8. 1 is a half-mile track, a twice around, just like the county fairs, most county fairs. Which one was it? Was it A, B, A, Northfield, B, Scioto, C, Miami, or D for Dayton? Correct answer was
Stay
A,
right there, Keith.
Northfield.
About ready for the post parade.
Been in existence since 1953. And we have our winners. I'll be contacting them, and I'll have their names for you to be envious of in the next post parade. Thanks for playing, and stay around for number 2.
In this 6th race, I'm going to go with the 4 Calvin L. 2-year-old gelding, well said, out of Harmony Oaks Quest. Winner last time out at Urbana in 2 minutes flat.
Get them together, parade in order.
Second choice would be the 3 Attaboy Chris and Ken Holiday. Third choice, the 1 CC Official with Scott Cisco. They're parading to the post for the 6th.
Here are the horses, race 6, 3rd division for 2-year-old Colt Pacers, Home Talent Colt Stakes, sponsored by El Dorado Soda Downs, $2,584. Number 1 is CC Official. Brett Swartz of Horsham Courthouse, Brian Larrick of Leesburg, Robert Grover, Mount Orab, Ohio. Brett Swartz trains, Scott Cisco driving. 2 is Smile Today, owned by Polly Ann and Bob Sidley of Paynesville, Ohio. Metters trains the pilot, Chris Presley. 3 is Attaboy Chris, Winchester Bay Acres Incorporated of Pompano Beach, Florida. Daryl Hoosier trains with Doc Holliday. Number 4 is Calvin L. Levan Stable Incorporated of Woodstock, Ohio. He's trained and trained by Hank Levan. Number 5, Shoot the Odds. David Pinstel of Bucyrus, Ohio. Dale Edwards trains the driver, Alex Hawk. And number 6, Mick Murphy. Bartley Tradition Racing of Pickerington, Ohio. Jimmy Lupton trains Brandon Bartley in the sulky. They'll go to the gate in 1.
1 minute. Horses will score and go right to the gate. Do have some warm-up horses on the track, though, so they will possibly cause a delay in horses going to the gate. In this race, one with the least activity is the one CC Official. Scott Cisco and Brett Schwartz. 2-year-old colt by Artificial, a CC Big Girl Beretta. Fourth place finishes Circleville and Urbana, 2-7-2 and 201 at Urbana. The two Smile Today, 2 of the 3 starts, troubled lines. That means made a break. Calvin L., who we pick, made a break at Ottawa before and after the start and was distanced. That bounced back 3 races later for the win in 2 minutes at Urbana. Shoot the Odds. Alex Hawk drove at Urbana and in the bike again today. Was a winner in 2:03. Final quarter, 30 3/5. Field of 6 in this 3rd division. 2-year-old colt pace.
And
I'm
going to have to go with Calvin L. The 2 minutes flat at.
You must have read my handicapping book.
I'm looking right over your shoulder.
Oh, yeah. Copycat.
This is a key to success at the races is look over a good handicapper's shoulder. But I do Calvin L. and CC Official for my second choice.
I've handicapped races.
Big Mike has
since
called him in. It's post time for this
1967. And it's the one
Trophy
thing I
Publix
hate
race
to
by
do.
El Dorado,
I
South
hate
of Downs. That
handicapping.
trophy will go to the
I hate it.
with the fastest
I
time of the
usually
3
end up
divisions.
picking the favorite,
2
or the
minutes.
horse that should be the favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't see a long shot.
Right.
I mean, that's why he's got long odds. Something has to happen for him to win. So almost every horse that I pick, favorite or second choice.
3rd division, home talent, 2-year-old colt paces are all moving in behind the Wapkenberg gate on the upper turn. And the gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Attaboy Chris and Holiday going for the lead. Calvin L between them. Shoot the Odds up on the outside, 3 wide. CC Official got away 4th. Smile Today. And Mick Murphy, the early trailer on the outside. Down the back lane, they motor. Up on the outside, Calvin L and Hank Levan to the front end. Attaboy Chris and Holiday turns him loose. Racing 3rd, Shoot the Odds with the little Hawkster 3rd. 29-1. Racing down along the rail 4th, CC Official. Smile Today. Mick Murph will have to do it from the back of the pack. Around the turn, over to the 3/8 mile mark. Calvin L, the well-said colt, with the lead by 1.25 lengths. Attaboy Chris. And Doc Holliday stalking 2nd. Shoot the Odds. And Hawk 3rd. Racing 4, CC Official. By the half, 59-2. Smile Today. And Mick Murph trails. Into the clubhouse turn. Calvin L whacks it out. Attaboy Chris getting the good trip 2nd. Shoot the Odds, the long shot with Hawk 3rd, and Hawk's getting antsy. Racing 4, CC Official. Smile Today. Mick Murph. Down the back lane they motor. And it's a strong Calvin L by 2 1/4. 3/4 in 1:30. Attaboy Chris is breathing fire 2nd for Doc Holliday. Shoot the Odds is 3rd. Less than an 8 to come. And it's Calvin L cutting the corner. Out of the pocket. Attaboy Chris and Doc Holliday down the lane. Calvin L. Attaboy Chris on the outside. On the outside. Attaboy Chris. 1:59. Doc Holliday makes a house call.
No doubt about that one. Attaboy Chris went to the top, readily gave way going to the quarter. Back out, top of the stretch, and wins for fun over Calvin L. Shoot the Odds was third. The mile 1:59. 2-year-old colt of Big Bad John.
3,
Chick
4,
Escape.
5,
3, 4, 5. Unofficial.
59 and 2. Cruising at 3/4 and 1:30. The mile 1:59.
Final half, 59 and 3. Final quarter, 29 seconds.
1 minute 3/5. Last
Attaboy
quarter,
Chris.
29.
Second win and
that's
4
a new mark
this season.
for Attaboy Chris.
Taking a lifetime mark.
Chester Bay Acres Incorporated, Pompano Beach, Florida. Daryl Hoosier trains him. And he's by Big Bad John's. Midland Acres strikes again.
Attaboy Chris. Calvin L. Shoot the Odds. $159. Returning to the winner's circle.
Back to the winner's circle. Winner is 6, third division for 2-year-old colt Pacers, Home Talent Stake. Sponsored by Eldorado, Scioto Downs, and the trophy winner, $2,584. Winchester Bay Acres Incorporated of Pompano Beach, Florida. Carol Hoosier trains him. Doc Holliday, the winning driver. Number 3, Attaboy Chris. 2-year-old bay colt by Big Bad John. Second win of the season, lifetime best, 159. That's a driving double on today's card for the good doctor. Top down, CC Official 4, Smile Today 5, Attaboy Chris the winner, Calvin L 2, Shoot the Odds 3, McMurphy was 6, 29 and 1, 59 and 2, 130, 159, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 159. Bring them on the track for race 7. Got a lot of changes. 2, Almighty Dollar, Eric Tharps Jr. 3, My Lucky Prince, Alex Hawk. 4, Blazing to the Front, Tyler Smith. 5, North Meadow Broadway, Trotting Hobbles. 6, Lucky Louie T, Sean Parker II. 7, AK Little J, Scott Cisco. Let's have him for the 7th.
So in the 6th race, it was Attaboy Chris over Calvin L. and Shoot the Odds. The mile, 159. 7th race coming up, the 3-year-old Colt Trotters, 2nd division, $4,029. Field of 7, 1 through 6 on the gate, 7 a trailer in the 2nd tier. Back with more in a moment.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all of the breeders that supported our first season, standing the popular sire, Dancin' Yankee. Cool Winds also stands the fast son of Some Beach Somewhere, Santa Fe Beach Boy, and 2015 Little Brown Jug runner-up Lost for Words, who engaged in an epic battle with Wiggle It Jiggle It, and whose first crop will sell this fall. Be sure to visit Randy and Kim Haynes in the Cool Winds Farm consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them. The racing program also contains information on the horse, its connections, and its past performance. The one is Gypsy Merlot. The trainer, Alan Tomlinson. The driver, Sam Widger. His colors, maroon and blue. For the year, 1,440 starts. His win percentage, 19%. Place percentage, 15%. And a show percentage of 13%. In harness racing, we have what is known as the Universal Driver Rating System. It's much like a baseball batting average. Sam Widger's percentage for the year, 317. The breeder is Alan Tomlinson. Gypsy Merlot is a bay mare, 4 years of age. The father is Phelan Frisky. The mother, Bronwyn Sealster, whose daddy is Western Maverick. The trainer, Al Tomlinson. Tomlinson's statistics, 191 starts, a win percentage of 16%, place percentage 20%, and the show percentage at 9%. The Universal Trainer Rating System gives him a percentage of 301. The totals for Gypsy Merlot: lifetime, 30 starts, 18 wins, 3 seconds, and 2/3. Earnings of $121,204. Took a mark of 151-2 at Hoosier Park as a 3-year-old. No starts in the year 2020. In 2019, however, 18 starts with 11 wins, 3 seconds, and 0/3. Earnings of $89,271, and of course took the mark of 151-2 at Hoosier as a 3-year-old. With that information, more help in understanding what is in our racing program. Back here at the Franklin County Fairgrounds and here at Ohio, race 7 of 12 coming up here in just a few moments. This is the second division of the 3-year-old colt trot for $4,029. Field of 7, 1 through 6 on the gate. The 7 a trailer in the second tier. A lot of driver changes. Eric Tharps Jr. on the 2 Almighty Dollar. Alex Hawk drives the 3 My Lucky Prince. The 4 blazing to the front, Tyler Smith. The 6 Lucky Louie T, Sean Barker II. And the 7, a.k.a. Lil J, Scott Cisco. Note the 5 North Meadow Broadway will be racing with trotting hobbles. Field of 7, I'm going to go with the 1, Exhibit Class. Sean Smith-Peters, the driver. He is the trainer, but driving for the first time, at least in the last 6 lines. Winner last time out at Scioto Downs, with Ronnie Wren Jr. driving by a neck in 56-1 in a Buckeye Stallion Series event. Fact is, in 3 Buckeye Series events, finished second, and a win. Pretty good. Win in 2 seconds in the 3 starts for Exhibit Class. 154. Good luck to trainer, the driver today, Sean Smith-Peters.
Yes, and I like the 1. As of course, 116,000 last year.
Get them together, parade in order. You're all out.
I'm going to couple them with the 4. But our winners, by the way, in text trivia, and they are Melissa Hawk of Circleville and Mike Husted of Lewiston, Ohio. Congratulations, you get a prize package that'll be sent to you in the mail. And here are the horses
Here's
gonna,
the starting lineup.
it's going to be a while before the horses get here. So
I won't hold my breath.
This race
they're
sponsored
still on the
by
backside.
Woodrun Veterinary Clinic, $4,029. Number 1 is Exhibit Class, owned by Marion Beachy of Sugar Creek, Ohio. Sean Smith-Peters, the trainer. The 3-year-old by Triant Caviar stands at the Marion Beachy Farm in Sugar Creek, Ohio. The driver, Sean Smith-Peters. Number 2, Almighty Dollar. First Up Racing Stable, Beach City, Ohio. Rosie Weaver, the trainer, with Eric Tharps Jr. 3 is My Lucky Priz. Brian Roebuck of New Lewisburg. Kenneth Roebuck, Urbana. Brian Roebuck, the trainer. The pilot, Alex Hawk. 4 is Blazing to the Front. He's by full count. Black Magic Racing LLC of New Albany, Ohio. Todd Luther, the trainer. The pilot, Tyler Smith. Number 5 is North Meadow Broadway. Bob Sidley of Painesville. Tina Studemeister, Pataska. Mike Metters trains. The driver, Chris Presley. Trotting hobbles on. 6, Lucky Louie T. Greg Clark of Grove City. Mary J. Thompson of Commercial Point, Ohio. Dustin Arledge, the trainer. The pilot, Sean Barker, the second. And number 7 is AKA Little J. Susan Tomasco of North Royalton. Sandra Chapardi of North Royalton, Ohio. Larry Clayball trains by Uncle Peter. The driver, Scott Sisko. One short one in this field will go to the gate.
Field of 7 in this 3-year-old colt trot. 1 through 6 on the gate, 7 a trailer, second tier. All these horses got number of starts. Wins so far, Exhibit Class, 56-1 at Scioto. Blazing to the Front, 204 winner at Cortland. North Meadow Broadway, 155-4 at Scioto Downs. All with wins this season. Blazing to the Front last year, 7 of 19. Exhibit Class, 5 of 9. And 4 of 17, a.k.a. Lil J.
Horse approaching the starting gate.
A lot of winners as they go to the gate. The Mike Wupkenberg starting gate. 1 through 6 on the gate, 7 a trailer. In the second tier, 3-year-old colt trotters.
Trotters are all moving in behind the gate. And the gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're up and trotting. My Lucky Prince going for the lead. Up on the outside with a burst. Here comes Blazing to the Front. To the outside, North Meadow Broadway will grab leather and duck in third. Off stride went My Lucky Prince. He's on a break. As they fire down the backside. On top of the field. Blazing to the Front ducked in second. As they fire down the backside, going over the opening quarter-mile mark. Blazing to the Front second, trotting third. It's Exhibit Class. They're by the quarter in 32 seconds. Change it 30 into the opening panel. Back trotting on the outside, My Lucky Prince. They're off the turn and coming for the lane the first time. Blazing to the Front on top. Into rail second, Exhibit Class as they pass by the stands for the first time. My Lucky Prince is bobbled again. Coming over the halfway mile mark on top of the field. It's Lucky Louie T, the by the half, 102-1. Blazing to the Front second. Up on the outside from third, Exhibit Class. Outside, North Meadow Broadway. They're well bunched as they fire to the backside. Down the back lane, they'll motor. Lucky Louie T continue to show the way. Blazing to the Front is second. Racing third, North Meadow Broadway. Exhibit Class on the outside. They fire to 3/4. 1:32-3. Lucky Louie T still there. Here comes Tyler Smith and Blazing to the Front. Out of the pocket on the outside second. North Meadow Broadway will rally on the outside third. Down the lane they come. Off stride, Blazing to the Front. So it's Lucky Louie T. Poured it on. Lucky Louie T. North Meadow Broadway. Almighty Dollar completes the try. 201 and 2.
I do believe that was Exhibit Class that got the win for Sean Smith Peters. 201 and 2. Final half. 59 and 1. I missed the 3/4 time. Did you write
1-5-2 unofficial. 1-5-2 unofficial.
3/4 was 132 and 3.
132 and 3. Makes the final quarter 28 and 4.
5-2 unofficial. 30 and 2. 102 and 1. 132 and 3. 201 and 2.
Exhibit Class, Sean Smith Peters, over North Meadow Broadway and Almighty Dollar. 1-5-2. Straight up exacta in the 7th. Back-to-back wins for Exhibit Class. Sean Smith Peters went right to the top and never looked back to get the second win and 6 this season. 7 of 15 lifetime.
And he went over the $20,000 mark for the 2020 season. It's now.
He only won $116,000 last year.
Well, he's got a long way to go to make it up.
In the winner's circle, winner of the 7th, second division for 3-year-old colt trotters. Sponsored by Woodrun Veterinarian Clinic, $4,029. Marion Beachy, Sugar Creek, Ohio. Sean Smith Peters, the trainer. Sean Smith Peters in the bike. Number 1, Exhibit Class. He's a 3-year-old bay gelding by Triumph Caviar on a Classic Blaze, his second of the season. 201 and 2. And his sire, Triumph Caviar, stands at the Marion Beachy Farm in Sugar Creek, Ohio.
Sugar Creek, Ohio, hometown.
Results official. Exhibit Class, the winner. Almighty Dollar 3. My Lucky Priz 6. Blaze into the front 5. North Meadow Broadway 2. Lucky Louis T 4. AK Little J was 7. 30 and 2. 102 and 1. 132 and 3. 201 and 2. 136 52 47. 201 and 2. Bring them on the track for race 8. Number 3, Broadway Buckeye, the driver Sean Barker II. Number 5, TB, Cameron McCowan on the 5.
2-year-old colt trotters, second division home talent colt stakes, $5,494 upcoming.
Cruiser.
Back with more in a moment.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
How did you get started in the horse racing business?
Well, it's been a family affair since I can remember. My mom's family actually got us started, and way back in the 50s and 60s, they had all the Edgewood horses, Edgewood farms at the edge of Wilmington. My uncle, my great uncle, started that farm and bred a lot of mares and named them all Edgewood something. And so when I was growing up, all our horses were Edgewood Eileen Edgewood Royal was one of the best ones that my uncle had. So I've been in it since I can remember, grew up with them, and took up the training a little later on in life.
What's your first memory of county fair racing?
Going to Wilmington, where I grew up, Clinton County Fair, and seeing the Ohio Pacing Derby, which was back in those days a big race, and people came from quite a ways around to see that race. And I can remember going there as a kid and thinking what a big deal that was to see those good horses come in there to Wilmington.
Do you have a favorite fair or a favorite fair circuit?
Well, we've always been OCRA for the most part, and it's close to home, good tracks, and of course there's nothing like being at home at Wilmington and racing there and driving out of the barn and being able to put on a show for the people there.
What's your best memory of racing at the fairs?
Probably a couple would be a tie. One was my first win driving. I don't drive much, and I don't claim to be a driver, but I did win a couple, and one with my mom's mare was my first one, and that was at the Montgomery County Fair in Dayton, which could be a challenge over that track. And then also a couple years back, I won with Sizzling Chips, which was my mom and my little trotting mare. Won with her there at home, and that was a special memory for me to win one there on the home track.
What do you like most about racing at the county fairs?
I think it's still, it gives you, for one thing, it's mostly the young horses, which I really enjoy, seeing them develop and watching them grow into race horses, and that's probably my favorite part of racing there. But it just does kind of takes you back in time, back when everything was simpler, and you still have that feel of just that old-fashioned racing, and you can still do some good around those fairs with a cheaper horse.
Do you remember your first win at the county fairs?
As a trainer, I do not. Like I said, my first win as a driver was with a mare called No Work, and she was actually a Payson bred trotter. And we joked because I had to grab her up. People were crossing the track in the post parade, as they often do at Montgomery County in the old days. And I had to grab her up in the post parade, and she took off pacing, and I think it was the only pacing that mare ever did in her life. So we kind of always joked about that.
What's your favorite fair food?
Oh geez, all the people that work for me are going to give me so much grief. I got to watch this answer, but you can't beat the fries. But my help would tell you that one year at Kenton, I came back with some sort of quesadilla that involved peanut butter, bacon, all kinds of stuff thrown onto one thing, and I still take grief to that to this day. So.
Peanut butter and bacon? Come on, Brian.
Pops Cruiser, make the driver Scott Cisco.
Brian Georges, trainer, speed superintendent, announcer. He does it all in Clinton County, Wilmington, Ohio. In this 8th race, Sean Barker drives Broadway Buckeye. Cam McGowan sits behind TB. Field of 6, all on the gate for this 2-year-old colt trot. $5,494, second division. I'm going to go with the 1, Come Sail Away, and Tyler Smith for Brent Davis of Zanesville, Ohio, and the Hatfield Stables of Columbus. 2-year-old gelding by Triumphant Caviar over the top. First lifetime start after qualifying 5th at the Meadows for Mike Wilder in 2:03, final quarter, 30-3. Not much to go on, but I'm going to go with Come Sail Away. 1, 2, 3 in race 8.
And just because this is his first start on a half-mile track, I'm going to be leery on the 1. I'm going to go with number 2.
Let's get these things together, please.
The only thing I would say about that, he trains on a half-mile track at Zanesville.
Ah. There you go. See, now that is, what's all, everything's falling apart.
You talk about everything falling apart. When that gust of wind got a hold of this tent last time, I thought it was going to take you right out of the grandstand.
That's extra pounds I put on during the quarantine. came in handy.
Thank goodness for Kip Yates.
Yeah.
He came to the rescue and grabbed the 10 as well.
I lifted up a good 5 feet, 4 or 5 feet. Yeah.
The bottom was at least 5-6 feet off the ground.
Just another day at the county fair. The worst one we had was up in Dayton, and the tent picked up, and it blew 50 feet down the road. And
where was this at?
This was at Dayton,
Montgomery County.
Susan Schroeder. She said they went chasing after it. I nearly lost the tent. It wasn't for a group of fine.
What was that? A couple of years ago?
Yep, in 2016.
Yeah, because now they race their races at
You're all
Hollywood
out.
Dayton.
Let's get this field together and parade, please. My God, you're all over the track.
Yeah, I had a group of fine folks from Eaton that stayed under the tent with me and held it down for me. It was like got windy there. It's one thing in Ohio, the wind picks up like Powell before you even know it. Just keeping us cool. They are lined up for the 8th race.
Back with you again tomorrow. Airtime 12:15 or thereabouts for first race post at 12:30. Well, we got 13 races tomorrow.
13 races tomorrow.
You know, somebody texts me and says, "Why aren't there more trotting races at the county fairs?" I'll answer that when we come back after the post
Here they are
parade.
for the 8th Second Division Hometown Stake for 2-year-old colt trotters. This race sponsored by Buck & Son Landscaping. $5,494. Number 1 is Come Sail Away. Brent Davis, Zanesville. Bud Hatfield of Columbus. Brent Davis, the trainer, with Tyler Smith. 2 is Jay's On My Fidel. Levan Stable Incorporated of Woodstock, Ohio. Hank Levan of Woodstock. Max Perry of Cable. Train and Rain by Hank Levan. Number 3, Broadway Buckeye. Greg Clark of Grove City. Mary Thompson of Commercial Point, Ohio. Dustin Ardy's the trainer with Sean Barker II. Number 4, Lollipops Cruiser. Eli Miller, West Farmington, Ohio. David H. Miller, the trainer, with Scott Cisco. Number 5 is TB. Mark Hall, Marysville, Ohio. Ronnie Steck, the trainer, with driver Cameron McCowan. And number 6 is Over 6. Linda Polk of Zanesville, Ohio. Dale Edwards trains. Dale Edwards will call the shots.
Field of 6 trotters in the 8th. And for the lady that wanted to know why aren't there more trotters, she felt that it was hurting trainers that specialize in trotters. This year at the county fairs, I would say it's probably as equal as ever, so to speak. Now you got to understand there are far more pacers than trotters to begin with. But if you forget that, there are just about as many pace races scheduled as trot races scheduled. Now it may be 4 divisions of the pace and 2 divisions of the trot. But on a whole, the number of trot races or trot contests and pacing contests are very close this year, especially because most of the fairs are not having overnights for pacers and trotters. So relatively speaking, it's pretty equal. The only big difference probably would be the ladies pacing series.
Second division,
usually 2 divisions
top of the stretch.
at a number of those fairs.
Here they come.
It's probably more equal this year than any other year. Chris Patterson with the call. Race 8.
Broadway Buckeyes on a break. They're up and trotting. Jay's On My Fidel in the van right out for the lead. Come Sail Away at the rail. Up on the outside from 3rd, Lollipops Cruiser. Racing in at the rail 4th, Over 6. TB 5th, and Broadway Buckeye bobbled at the start. Down the back lane they go. Now Come Sail Away bobbled. Tyler lost him. So it's Levan and Jay's On My Fidel showing the way by 2 1/4. Over sixth and Dale Edwards trotting second. TB is third. They're by the quarter, 33 4. Come Sail Away back trotting fourth. Racing fifth, Lollipops Cruiser and Broadway Buckeye. Around the turn they motor. On top of the field, Jay's On My Fidel and Hank Levan showing the way. Over sixth, and Dale Edwards is trotting second. First time starter TB and Cowan McCowan racing third. As they pass by the stands for the first time, Come Sail Away will rally fourth as they race over the halfway mile mark. Racing fifth, Lollipop Cruiser. They're by the half, 108 3. Broadway Buckeyes jumped it off again. Into the turn they go. Jay's On My Fidel shows the way. Over six, still second. Racing third, it's TB and McCowan. Fourth, Come Sail Away. Up on the outside comes Lollipop Cruiser. Down the back lane they go, but it's a strong Jay's On My Fidel continue to show the way. Over six, second. On the outside from third, TB, 3/4. 142 4. Midway around the final turn. On top of the field, it's Jay's On My Fidel. On the outside, here comes Cisco. Lollipop Cruiser, meaning business. Down the lane they come. Lollipop Cruiser on the outside. Back on the inside. On My Feet. On My Fidel rallies back. Lollipop Cruiser second. Over six was third. 214 1.
So the win goes to Jay's On My Feet, L, and Hank Levan. Trains and drives the 2-year-old Gelly by And Away We Go out of Easter Rosetta.
2, 4, 6, 33 4, 108 3, 142 4, 214 1.
Jay's On My Feet taking a lifetime mark. Maiden victory, now 1 of 6 lifetime after a second place finish at Urbana in 2-8 1. Jay's On My Feet and Hank Levan over Lollipop's Cruiser and over 6. 2-year-old Colt Trotters, Division 2. Here in race number 8.
Jay's On My Feet. First win in 5 starts after 3 seconds. And he looked like he was ready to join them in the winner's circle. And he was. He's on his way back now by And Away We Go. Away We Go is a Conway Hall. He made over $182,000.
Back in front of the stands, winner of the 8th, second division for 2-year-old
correct.
Trotters. This race sponsored by Buck and Son Landscaping. $5,494. Owned by Levan Stable Incorporated of Woodstock, Ohio. Hank Levan of Woodstock. Max Perry of Cable. Hank Levan, the trainer. Hank Levan, the winning driver. Number 2, Jay's On My Feet, L. 2-year-old Big Gelding by And Away We Go out of Easter Rosetta. 214 1/5. 2 wins on today's card for Hank Levan. It's official. Come Sail Away 4. Jay's On My Feet, L, the winner. Broadway Buckeye 6. Lollipops Cruiser 2. TB 5. Over 6 was 3. 33 4. 108 3. 142 4. 214 1. 4, 1, 6, 2, 5, 3. 214 1.
So the winner, Jay's On My Feet, L,
Bring
in
on
the
the
winner's
track for the
circle
9th.
with Hank Levan.
Number 2, Illini Duke, Tyler Smith. 3, Smiling Bobby, make the driver Eric Tharps Jr.
Time of the mile, 2:14 1 for Jay's On My Feet, L. 9th race coming up. 2-year-old Colt Pace, 4th division, field of 6. As you heard Mr. Patterson say, Tyler Smith drives the 2, Illini Duke. Eric Tharps Jr. on the 3, Smilin' Bobby. Back with more in a moment.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Cool Winds also stands trotters Coraggioso, sire of stakes winner Lima Gold, and double millionaire sire Lucky Chucky. Be sure to visit the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
Be sure to catch the new podcast, The Top of the Stretch, presented by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. The podcast keeps fans of racing in the Buckeye State up to date on various topics concerning the sport of harness racing. The news and views of top officials, owners, trainers, drivers, and breeders in Ohio. That's the all-new podcast, Top of the Stretch, on the Facebook page of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Be there!
The Franklin County Fair had been held at Hilliard's since 1918. In 1950, Charlie Hill, who at the age of 30 had developed a successful beer distributing business, decided to get into harness racing. He was 47 years old. He dumped $46,000 of some whiskey stock and took over Hilliard Raceway and made the track profitable in just 2 seasons. Hill recognized the want and the need of a major track in central Ohio that could create a circuit with the other venues in Toledo, Lebanon, and Grandview. Within a few years, he was making plans to build a showcase and move from the historic but antiquated fairground. Charlie Hill saw his dream realized when Scioto Downs in Lockbourne, just south of Columbus, opened in the fall of 1959. It would become the best in the Midwest. Charlie and his wife Laverne would win more national awards than he had colorful sports coats, and he had over 200 of those.
Back here at the Franklin County Fairgrounds in Hilliard's, Ohio. Field of 6 to go postward in this 2-year-old colt pace, $2,584 up 4th division. Tyler Smith on the 2, Illini Duke, and Eric Tharps Jr. drives the 3, Smilin' Bobby. This one was an easy one to pick. It doesn't mean it's going to be an easy race for him, but easy one to pick. Illini Duke literally jumps off the page. And why not?
3 out, 3 to go.
A winner, June 24th at Ottawa, 2-4-1. Then a division of the Buckeye Stallion Series at Northfield, 156-3. Cam McGowan at Ottawa. Trevor Smith, take that back. My bifocal's gotten away. Brendan Johnson at Ottawa. Chris Page at Northfield. 2-4-6, Illini Duke in the 9th.
And that Illini Duke would be my best bet of the day for today. As you said, he did jump right off the page. I just don't like using that word jump, but he did pop right off the page. He is a well-said gelding. And Jody's Cam, Roger, do you remember Jody's Cam?
No.
Was completely foreign to me, so I had to look up.
Take a turn, go to the backside. Let's get them together and we'll parade in order, please.
The sire of the dam was by Cam Feller out of an Abercrombie mare. Back in 1995, took a mark of 151 and 2 on a mile track, made over $575,000. So, especially awesome. Got the breeding, and this is a nice colt. We're going to see just how fast he can handle.
You know, we say pops off the page or whatever you want to say about Illini Duke, but
let's get them together.
Pignol
Blanc. In order. You're all out. Parade in order.
4th in 56-1 at Scioto. And the 6th, Stall Lee, 56-1 at Northfield. Northfield a half-mile track, Scioto the 5/8.
Here they are for the 9th, 4th Division Home Talent Stake for 2-year-old colt pacers. This race sponsored by El Dorado Soda Downs, $2,584. Number 1 is Butters. VHF Racing LLC of Rochester Hills, Michigan. The driver and trainer, Sean Smith-Peters. Number 2 is Illini Duke. Brian Roebuck of North Lewisburg, Ohio. Brian Roebuck, the trainer. The driver, Tyler Smith.
They don't.
3 is Smilin' Bobby. Matt Rover, Banna, Ohio. Mark Rowe trains. Eric Tharps Jr. Number 4 is Pinot Blank. Tammy Carter, Londonderry. Moss Bulger, Courthouse. Carter of Londonderry. Steve Carter, the trainer, with Dustin Bothman. 5 is Just Marvelous. Steve Sexton, Xenia, Ohio. Brett Swartz trains. The pilot, Scott Cisco. And number 6 is Stolly. Ronnie Steck, Marengo. Marcia Blake of Marysville. Steck trains. Cameron McCowan in the bike.
Field of 6 here in this 2-year-old colt pace. 4th Division. The 9th of 12 here this afternoon. Beautiful day. Temperature the low 90s. A lot of wind. At least up high, a lot of wind. Don't know if that's the case trackside. You look at the, Don, look at the flag. Flag's almost hanging straight down. But up here, you'd think the flag would be standing straight out. And we're on about this now. Now the flag's starting to show a little movement there. As soon as we talk about the wind, it calms down. As we wait our horses here for the 9th. Pacers have post paraded and about to go to the gate. Slight delay as the track crew continues working on the racetrack as we speak.
It's post time.
There's a lot of people watching. I think we should do it. For what? I think we should do text trivia. We can do both.
Pacers are all moving in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Butters off stride. They're off and pacing Illini Duke, going for the lead. Pinot Blank up on the outside. On the outside from 3rd, Stolly. They motor into the turn, getting away 4th is Smilin' Bobby. Just Marvelous 5th. Butters made a break. Down the back lane they go. On top, Illini Duke and Tyler Smith, the boss, by 2. Pinot Blank and Dustin Bothman will pocket up 2nd. Stolly and McCowan checking things out 3rd. They're by the quarter in 31. Silent Bobby and Tharps under a big hold 4th. Just Marvelous and the Cisco Kid 5th. Butters not today. They're in straight alignment over to the 3/8 mile mark. Illini Duke and Tyler Smith show the way. Pinot Blank is in the pocket 2nd. Stolly and McCowan on hold 3rd. Smiling Bobby is 4th. Just Marvelous 5th. They're by the half, 102 and 2. Butters trails the field. Into the turn they march. Illini Duke The well-said colt shows the way, looking for his third win of the season. Pinot Blank is in the pocket second. Now here comes McCowan with Stoley firing up on the outside. Was third, he's now second. They ramble over the 3/4 mile mark. Silent Bobby fourth. 1:32-2, and they're slugging it out. Illini Duke still there by ahead. Stoley on the outside second. Pinot Blank will shoot up the inside from third. Top of the stretch. Illini Duke still there and shaking him up. Tyler Smith. Pinot Blank second. Illini Duke wire to wire. 2 minutes, 4/5. Very impressive.
So there you have it. 9th race in the books. 2-year-old colt Pace. We'll have a text trivia coming up in a few minutes, to be followed by
2, 4,
discussion with
6,
Jay Wolf.
31, 102-2
of the Little Brown Jug.
2 minutes,
Delaware,
4/5.
Ohio.
Back half 58-2.
Ninth race of 12 completed. Upcoming 12th is a 3-year-old colt trot. As we await the winner back here in front of the stands.
Back in front of the stands, winner of the night. 4th division for 2-year-old colt Pacers Home Talent Colt Stake. Sponsored by Eldorado Soda Downs, $2,584. Owned by Brian Roebuck of North Lewisburg, Ohio. Brian Roebuck does the training. Tyler Smith, the winning driver. Number 2, Illini Duke. Very impressive here today in Hilliard. He's a 2-year-old big gelding by Well Said. 2 minutes, 4/5. Winner at Ottawa. Stallion Series, Northfield. Back here today, Illini Duke. 3 in a row in Ohio. It's official. Butters 6. Illini Duke the winner. Smiling Bobby 4. Pinot Blank 2. Just Marvelous 5. Stolly was 3. 31, 102-2, 132-2, 2 minutes, 4/5. 614-253, 2 minutes, 4/5. Bring them on the track for the 10th. Number 1, Rose Run Vincent. Make the driver Chris Presley. Presley drives. 5, Haya Wrangler. Alex Hawk. 6, Conley Lane. Tyler Smith. Let's go for the 10th.
So in the 9th race, it was Illini Duke and Tyler Smith in 2 minutes, 4/5. 58-2, final half. 10th race coming up. 3-year-old colt trot. 3rd division, $3,929. Chris Presley on the 1, Alex Hawk the 5, Tyler Smith on the 6. Back with more in a moment.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
It's time for text trivia. Okay, now listen to the answer question. Text your answer, A, B, or C, to 614-633-5554. That's 614-633-5554. And the question is, the co-fastest pacer went in 1:46.1 on a mile track. He's an outstanding stud in Ohio. Who is it? A, Pet Rock, B, Lather Up, or C, Big Bad John? That's the co-fastest pacer, 1:46.1. Is it A, Pet Rock, B, Lather Up, or C, Big Bad John? Text your answer to 614-633-5554. Second and fifth correct texter wins the prize.
10th race is coming up here. 3-year-old colt Trotters, Chris Presley on the 1, Rose Run Vincent, Alex Hawk the 5, Tyler Smith drives the 6. I'm at 3-1-2. I like West 53rd and Cam McGowan. Over my shoulder is Jay Wolf, publicity, well, so-called publicity director of the Little Brown Jug in Delaware, Ohio. And Jay, welcome to the broadcast today on a hot afternoon in Hilliard's, Ohio.
I tell you what, if it wasn't for this breeze is making it very bearable, though. So thanks for having me. This is the old Hilliard Raceway, isn't it,
yeah.
Roger?
Did you ever attend? You're not that old.
Not that old.
You're
Roger.
not that old. I was here back in the 50s on one particular night, and I've been here once before.
Now, were all the houses on the backstretch still here then?
You know,
that would be a nice real estate for me.
I don't think they were.
Okay.
Now, there might have been a few, but all I remember is trees. And the one thing I remember about this track is that they always said it goes uphill down the backside. I don't know if that's still the case, but
like all the European tracks, uphill, downhill, side hill.
What can we expect this year at Delaware, Ohio?
Well, the greatest news, Roger, we will be racing. We continue. I know, with all the tweets and the Facebook posts, we're just asking for patience right now. I know the fans want it. They want all the answers right now, and unfortunately, we continue to work with the health department in Delaware County. We will race. Right now, we will have fans. Right now, we're limited on the number of fans, so I know the fair board is working on alternate seating charts for the grandstand. The hospitality tents that normally seat 1,100 people, we can't obviously have that many. So right now, it's we've got 100 people working in 100 different directions, trying to make sure that we put on a great show, and we will be racing at Delaware. It's just a matter of how many people will get to witness it at this point.
And the whole thing, it could change tomorrow.
Exactly. And the last thing, in our last meeting, the last thing we said we wanted to do is put information out there and then turn around and change it a week later. Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, there's some travel restrictions right now from the East Coast, New York, New Jersey. There are also some travel restrictions. You cannot get across the Canadian border. And as you know, Roger, a lot of our fans, probably a third of our fans on the backstretch are Canadians. So, we're just trying to work with the officials to put on a safe event. Again, we ask for patience. A lot of people want the answers now, and unfortunately, we don't want to put out information that's going to change next week. So we're moving forward. We're going to have a full fair, it looks like, junior fair. We're going to have a ride company come in. They are going to have vendors, so obviously it's going to be a scaled-down version, but we look forward to the third week in September.
Now, you talk about travel restrictions from Canada, New York, and New Jersey. How does that affect the horses?
It's my understanding the horses are okay with that. They're considered professional athletes, so my concern are the owners. Unfortunately, the owners, the drivers and the trainers, I think, are okay to travel. Obviously, it's the fans, and a lot of people buy their horses in the yearling sales just for the Little Brown Jug, so we'd love to have them.
We'll be back with Jay with more, but right now, Post Parade, race 10.
Veterinarian Clinic, $3,929. Number 1 is Rose Run Vincent. Century Racing Stable of Fredericksburg, Ohio. Steve Mullet of Millersburg. Danny Collins, the trainer. The driver, Chris Presley. 2 is Jamal Chip. Steve Moore, Washington Courthouse. Moore trains. The driver, Scott Cisco. Number 3 is West 53rd. Here's to us stable, Miller's Port Ohio. Ronnie Steck, the trainer. The driver, Cameron McCowan. Number 4 is Tuned. Home of Bud High of Cardington. Ryan High of Mount Gilead. Bud High trains and drives. 5 is Hey Wrangler. Carl Easterday Jr. of Bucyrus High. Carl Easterday Jr. the trainer. The driver, Alex Hawk. And number 6 is Conley Lane. Black Magic Racing, LLC of New Albany, Ohio. Todd Luther, the trainer. Tyler Smith in the sulky. They'll go to the gate in less than 1.
Field of 6 all on the gate for the upcoming 10th race. Continuing our talk with Jay Wolf of the Little Brown Jug. Jay, it's my understanding that all tickets will have to be purchased in advance, even for general admission and such as that, right?
That's correct. Like I said, we're working with the health department, and that was one of the requests. Obviously, they don't want to be changing money back and forth at the gates, and then therefore we can't control the crowd. So it appears that we're going to have all the tickets will need to be purchased prior to Jug Day.
And we should emphasize, don't call Delaware
Exactly.
right now. It'll come out and say, here's the guidelines, here's what we can do.
Yep. There's going
to
be changes to the ticket prices for the Pavilion Hill. Obviously, is going to be greatly reduced. We're going to have more tents, hopefully, along the front stretch. We're limited to the number of people we can have in each tent, so we're going to put up more tents. So we're going to come out with a new seating chart, if you will, for the entire grounds and ticket prices. And so, yeah, please don't call on Monday. We will send something out. We'll give plenty of notice. But we're looking forward to a great week of racing.
Now, the general admission, you mentioned 8,000 by the health department. That's their figure.
That's their figure right now.
Okay, how are those 8,000 going to be distributed at the Delaware County Fairgrounds?
You know, that's unfortunately we're going to have to rely on our fans. You know, we can put markings on the ground, but we're going to need the help from everyone that's in attendance to socially distance and wear the masks if they can't socially distance. So, you know, we're just trying to do everything we can to put on a safe show.
Top of the stretch.
Well, thank you, Jay, for stopping by. Appreciate always talking with you whenever we can.
Thanks for it. Thanks for it, Roger.
Chris Patterson with the call of race 10.
They're up and trotting, Tune going for the lead between horses. Jamal Chip far outside. Conley Lane as they fire into the turn in the first 8. Going over the first 8 they go on top of the field. As they race over the first quarter mile mark, Conley Lane racing second. Jamal Chip as they race down the backside to the first quarter mile mark. Tune in at the rail. Now up on the outside, McCowan with West 53rd as they race by the quarter in 30 2/5. And West 53rd and McCowan takes command. The long shot Tune is second. Jamal Chip, a winner at Wilmington, trotting third. Racing fourth, Conley Lane. Hey Wrangler fifth. And Rose Run Vincent. They're off the turn down the lane for the first time. West 53rd and Cameron McCowan by 4. Up on the outside, Jamal Chip, Tune in at the rail. Rose Run Vincent fourth. They're by the half in a minute. In at the rail, Hey Wrangler. The trailer is Tyler Smith and Conley Lane. Down the backside they go. West 53rd is your leader. Jamal Chip will dig it out on the outside with the Cisco Kid second. Tune racing third. Rose Run, Vincent and Presley underway on the outside fourth. Hey Wrangler fifth. 1:30 2. They still motor around the turn. And on top, West 53rd still leads the way. On the outside, Jamal Chip, pesky second. Tune fights for his life third. Outside fourth, Rose Run Vincent. Down the stretch, West 53rd the leader. On the outside, Jamal Chip second. Come to the wire. West 53rd, Cameron McCowan. Jamal Chip. Tune, the long shot. He was 99 1 was third. 2 minutes, 4/5.
2 minutes and 4/5. Coast to coast, pillar to post. West 53rd as we get a 3, 2, and 4. West 53rd, no trouble putting this
3,
field away.
2, 4, 30 and 2, 1 minute, 1:30 and 2, 2 minutes 4/5.
West 53rd, third win in 11 this season. Today, 2 minutes and 4/5 for Cam McGowan and trainer Ron Steck. 3-year-old Gelly by my MVP out of West 51st by Broadway Hall. Here in the 10th. 2 more to go. Races 11 and 12. This afternoon from the Franklin County Fairgrounds, Hilliard, Ohio. As we await the winner in the winner's circle.
Making his way back to the winner's circle, winner of the 10th, third division for 3-year-old Colt Trotters, Home Talent Colt Stake. The 3-year-old Colt Trot sponsored by Woodland Run Veterinarian Clinic for $3,929. Here's to us, stable, Millersport, Ohio. Ronnie Steck, the trainer. Cameron McCowan, the winning driver. Number 3, West 53rd. He's a 3-year-old bay gelding by MVP. Third of the season. 2 minutes, 4/5. Coast to coast. It's official. Rose Run Vincent 4, Jamal Chip 2, West 53rd the winner. Tune 3, Hair Wrangler 5, Conley Lane was 6. 30 and 2, 1 minute, 1:30 and 2, 2 minutes 4/5. 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, 6, 2 minutes 4/5. Bring them on the track for the 11th. Just 4 of you. Mel Matt, Scott Cisco, 2, Tix a Yankin, Eric Tharps. Come right on with that 11th, just 4 of you.
So in the 10th race, it's West 53rd and Cam McGowan over Jamal Chip and Tuned. 11th race coming up, 3-year-old Colt Pacers, field of 4. Scott Cisco the 1, Eric Tharps Jr. the 2. Back with more in a moment. History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all of the breeders that supported our first season, standing the popular sire, Dancin' Yankee. Cool Winds also stands the fast son of Some Beach Somewhere, Santa Fe Beach Boy, and 2015 Little Brown Jug runner-up Lost for Words, who engaged in an epic battle with Wiggle It Jiggle It, and whose first crop will sell this fall. Be sure to visit Randy and Kim Haynes in the Cool Winds Farm consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
In 1875, the Columbus Driving Park began on 99 acres of land along East Livingston Avenue. It was directly south of Franklin Park on East Broad Street, the home of the old State Fairgrounds. The new track had direct trolley service to its gates, and in 1896, the Grand Circuit came to Columbus. All the great horses and the best of drivers, such as Pop Gears, Ben White, and Tom Murphy, would ply their talents on the mile track and the Columbus 10,000. They went for a purse of $10,000. That's $285,000 nowadays. And from 1905 to 1925, it was a premier trotting event in North America. In 1910, the Franklin County Fair was held in Columbus before it moved up to Grove City in 1912. The Columbus Driving Park closed its doors after the 1925 season. Today it's remembered as a driving park neighborhood of southeast Columbus with a quiet side street named Gears Ave.
And we're back at the Franklin County Fair, and all you folks who have been patiently waiting for the answer The answer was the co-fastest pacer with a mark of 146, who now stands in Ohio, is, well, Pat Rock stands here, but it's not him. Big Bad John stands in Ohio. 'Tis not him. It is Lather Up.
Keep 'em coming.
Son
Just four
of
you.
He's
Let's go.
Gorgeous.
Have
And a
'em
mark
ready
of
for
146 and 1. And I want to congratulate our winners, Connie Moore of Washington Courthouse, Ohio, and Cindy Petrie from Canton, Ohio. Thanks for playing. We'll be back tomorrow from Oak Harbor, way up north. More text trivia? No, Hilliard, excuse me. I'm Wickham. I'll probably in my car before I leave. But we'll be back here at Hilliard's at 12:30 for more text trivia and more great hometown coat stake races.
Then after Hilliard's on Sunday, you go to
Oak Harbor, up in Ottawa County, right by the shores of Lake Erie.
Well, we've got 10 races in the book. Scott Cisco, Doc Holliday, Hank Levan, 2 each on the card. Sean Barker, Sean Smith-Peters, Tyler Smith, and Cam McGowan, 1 each. 11th race comes up. The 1, Mel Matt, Scott Cisco. The 2, Tixa Yankin, Eric Tharps Jr. Field of 4 3-year-old colt pacers. Second division home talent stake event. I'm going 4-2-3, Dancin' Waylon L, Hank Levan. Third at Urbana, timed in 56 and 2. Final panel 30 seconds flat. However, the one that shows the fastest last time out, Tixa Yankin, 54 and 1, finishing 7th at Scioto Downs. I'm going 4-2-3, Dancin' Waylon L.
Again, Roger and I concur on Dancin' Waylon L. Made 23,000 last year, and it's already on 4 seconds, 1/3 in 9 starts for 2020. He is poised to be in the winner's circle. And as again, Roger pointed out, 56 and 2 at Urbana. Excellent, excellent mile. Now, the Mel Matt, Cisco, Mark Road trained. I always look at the breeding on these because, of course, if I go back 40, 50 years, I know the horses personally. But this All-American Union, he is the sire of Mel Mack. He also, All-American Union, we say, well, who's he by? And he's by Arts Place. And took a mark 52 and 4 in 2007. He's had made over $171,000. He raced for 12 years. But the interesting part of this is the dam of All-American Union was a mare by the name of White Dawn. She was by White Mountain Boy. And White Dawn was the only daughter of Mountain Skipper.
Now we're going back to that breeding up in
Way up north.
Mountain Skipper.
Mountain Skipper.
Arthur Nason.
Arthur Nason. And he was the aged horse of the year, 19. I saw him races. He was so dominant back then. He took a mark of time trial 56 and 4 at Lexington.
Guess who announced that time trial?
Roger Houston.
Yes. That's how I remember him.
And what was the favorite?
Oh, don't ask me those.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what you said. Was that there's been quoted opt many times in New England. Said the Iron Horse from New England takes him to the 3/4, and he was on top. It was amazing time trial. It was cold and windy that day.
Here they are for the 11th, second division for 3-year-old colt pacers, sponsored by Clark Racing, $4,977. One is Mel Matt Rowe, Urbana, Ohio, Mark Rowe, the trainer, Scott Cisco, driving. Number 2 is Tixa Yankin. First up, racing stable with Beach City, Vernon Beachy trains, Eric Tharps, the driver. 3 is Pet My Rock, Bartley Tradition Racing of Pickerington, Ohio. Jimmy Lupton trains. Brandon Bartley driving. And number 7 is Dancin' Waylon L. Levan Stable Incorporated of Woodstock. Hank Levan Woodstock. Max Perry Cable. Hank Levan trains. Hank Levan in the sulky.
Breaking news just received. They race at Scioto Downs this week. Tonight, I should say. Post time at 6:30. But starting Tuesday, Scioto Downs first race post, 6:15. So a new first race post time at Scioto starting Tuesday of next week at 6:15. Hot off the presses. Oh, you get all the first-hand information.
First, I'm telling you, you've got that info on Delaware. That is nationwide. First in the country, worldwide.
Yeah.
And right straight from two people who are very familiar with the Little Brown Jug.
And I want to emphasize in that interview with Jay, and we said at that time, everything can change day to day. Those are the plans right now. They may change. Hopefully they won't. Maybe they'll even get better. Who knows? Only time.
Gates rolling.
3-year-old Colt Pacers, 4 of them to battle in the 11th.
Second division, home talent, 3-year-old Colt Pacers, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're up and pacing. Pet My Rock firing off the gate. Mel down along the rail. Mel Matt got away second. Tix a Yankin come away third, and Dancin' Waylon L will duck and tuck fourth. They're in straight alignment as they fire to the backside. Pet My Rock and Brandon Bartley on the choo-choo by 3. Mel Matt and the Cisco Kid second. Racing third, Tix a Yankin for Tharps, and Dancin' Waylon L will have to pass them all 28-4. They smoke around the turn. On top, Pet My Rock continue to show the way. Racing second, it's Mel Matt. Here comes Levan, Dancin' Waylon L firing up on the outside third, and Tix a Yankin is shuffled fourth. They're off the turn, down the lane for the first time. Pet My Rock still there by 5. Mel Matt is second. Outside, Dancin' Waylon L. Holy cow! The half, 57-4. Into the turn named Motor. Still there. Pet My Rock and Bartley the leader. Mel Matt in at the rail second. Dancin' Waylon L digs it out on the outside. Tharp's going to come 3 wide. Tix a Yankin. Down the back lane they go. Headed over to the 3/4 mile mark. Pet My Rock the leader. Dancin' Waylon L second. 1:27-1. Tix a Yankin up on the outside. Midway around the final turn. Pet My Rock still there. Tix a Yankin is second. Dancin' Waylon L retreats third. Top of the stretch. Pet My Rock on top. Tix a Yankin. Motor on the outside. Pet My Rock. Tix a Yankin on the outside. Coming to the wire. Tix a Yankin. 1:58-2.
So the win goes to Tix a Yankin. And as Yogi Berra once said, it's not over till it's over. Looked like an insurmountable lead for Pet My Rock and Brandon Bartley, but the trailers were 3 wide at the 3/4 pole and making up ground. Tix a Yankin with Eric Tharps Jr., the 3-year-old colt by Big Bad John at the Yankees Glowing. Vernon Beachy trains.
2, 3, 4, 28-4, 57-4, 127-1, 158-2. Tricks a Yankin.
Tix a Yankin, the winner, 58-2. Final half, 1 minute and 3/5. Final quarter, 31-1. First win of the season in 8 starts for the 3-year-old colt by Big Bad John. Eric Tharps Jr.
one of the many Tharps involved in harness racing. Primarily
Back in
around
front
the
of the
Dayton
stands,
area.
winner 11th, second division for 3-year-old colt pacers, sponsored by Clark Racing, $4,977. Owned by the First Up Racing Stable, Beach City, Ohio. Vernon Beachy, the trainer. Harry Tharps Jr., the winning driver. Number 2, Tix-A-Yankin. He's a 3-year-old by Big Bad John. Of course, Big Bad John standing at Midland Acres. Little Wee, Eric Tharps, and Tix-A-Yankin. Melmat for Tix-A-Yankin, the winner. Pet My Rock 2. Dancing Waylon L was third. 28-4, 57-4, 127-1, 158-2. 4, 1, 2, 3. 158-2. Bring him on the track for the 12th. Tyler Smith 1. Chris Presley 4. Scratch the 6.
So we got a driver change on the driver change in the 12th race. McCash was listed Brady Galliers, then went to Dustin Bachman. And as you heard Chris Patterson just say, the driver will be Chris Presley on the 4 McCash. The 6, Uncle Richard, is scratched in the 12th. And we'll be back with that 12th and final from the Hilliard's, Ohio, Franklin County Fairgrounds in just a few moments.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Cool Winds also stands trotters Coraggioso, sire of stakes winner Lima Gold, and double millionaire sire Lucky Chucky. Be sure to visit the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
"30-year-old Lucas Sullivan was hired to map central Ohio in the Virginia Military District in 1795, and he, along with about 30 men, surveyed the lands where the Scioto and the Olentangy, called the Whetstone River back then, met. He was given 6,000 acres as payment, almost 9.5 square miles, returned to Kentucky, courted his eventual wife, and then came back to Ohio. He mapped out a community of 220 lots and named it Franklinton, after Benjamin Franklin. Sullivan had moved the whole village upstream off of the banks of the Scioto a year later when the whole area was flooded. It was there he built a brick house, and making sure it wouldn't be washed away, he was wed in 1801. Columbus was just a small tract of 20 acres across the river, but it would grow and be named the state capital in 1817 and the county seat in 1824. The village of Franklinton will be annexed into the city in 1859. The first Franklin County Fair was held in October of 1851 in Sullivan's Grove in Franklinton at the intersection of the National Road and the Harrisburg Turnpike, routes 40 and 62. The second fair was held with the Ohio State Fair in Franklin Park in Bexley and held there for 34 years. From 1884 to 1910, a tri-county fair of Franklin, Delaware, and Licking counties took place at Llewellyn Park in Westville. It was held at the Columbus Driving Park from 1910 to 1912, then up to Beulah Park in Grove City for 4 years. Finally, in 1918, it found its permanent home at Hilliard Stations. Hilliard, and we'll have more on that later.
3 out, 2 to go.
Joining us on the First rule of broadcasting: when you're going to talk on the air, turn your microphone on.
Rookies.
101. Anyway, back at the Hilliard County Fairgrounds, or Franklin County Fairgrounds, Hilliard, Ohio. A man that you very seldomly see on camera, but the gentleman probably so
Need
responsible for all these broadcasts at county fairs and such, and along with Susan Schroeder. Frank Froz, Outreach Coordinator, Marketing Director of the Ohio Harness Horseman Association. Welcome to the broadcast.
Why, thank you, Roger. Good to be here.
You've been busy today, I understand, in the barn area.
I was on the backside today. We're producing some new getting to know you features that we have in the broadcast. We've got Rosie Weaver, our first female we're going to have coming up later this week. I also talked to Chris Presley, talked to Brandon Bartley, Jimmy Lupton, and there was one other
Tix a Yank and will get the blanket.
Can't remember who the other one was. I'll think about that while I'm sitting here. We did 5 of them.
Do you ever think about announcing horse races? You've done baseball and other sports, but why don't you call this 12th race?
One of these days, I'm going to. I did. The funny thing is, when I was in college, they called and they were looking for an announcer to do the races, stock car races in Talmadge, Ohio, and I went up and did that one night.
Here they are for the 12th. 5th Division for 2-year-old colt pacers, Home Talent Colt Stakes, sponsored by El Dorado Soda Downs, 2,584. Number 1 is Advertising to Profit. Black Magic Racing, LLC of New Albany, Ohio. Todd Luther trains the pilot, Tyler Smith. 2 is Let's Terra. Herman Hegerman of Millersburg, Ohio. Scotty Cox, the trainer. Sean Parker, the second. Number 3 is Wiggle It Jim. Here's to Us Stable, Millersport, Ohio. Ronnie Steck, the trainer, with Cameron McCowan. Number 4, Mick Cash. Greg Clark of Grove City. Gwen Owen Thompson of Piketon. Dustin Arledge, the trainer, with Chris Presley. Number 5, Hello Rocky. Hired Gun Racing Stable of Courthouse. Brian Larrick of Leesburg. Brett Swartz, the trainer. Scott Cisco is in the bike. Scratch the 6. They're going to the gate.
I just remembered who I did the other interview with, and it was the Deuce, Sean Baker II.
No.
So that was the other interview I did earlier today.
I'll tell you, I love these getting you know features, even though I was with you on a lot of them that we did. But I think they're so informative for the folks. They see these guys in their driving colors and things like that, but chance to hear them and actually talk of their experiences means an awful lot to the fans.
Well, and that was one of the things I was talking to some of the drivers about today. You know, they're football players are wearing helmets. These guys are wearing helmets, so you don't get to really see them up close and personal, and this gives people a chance to. And just so everybody knows, if you miss one of them, you can now go onto our YouTube channel, and they are all posted there as well. So you can, if you missed one of them and you want to see the ones we've got up there, you can go to our YouTube channel, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association YouTube channel, and all of them are posted there.
Speak about this beard that I hope gets shaved in the near future.
Well, we took a vote on Facebook, and overwhelmingly, 87% of the people said they want you to shave it. But we're only going to shave it if we can raise some money for the Ohio Horsemen's Association Equine Benevolent
Starter
Fund.
Mike Wappenberg
And if we
is
can raise
calling them
$500, then we're going to shave your beard off, or you can shave your beard off. If we can get $1,000, then we're going to let Amy Holler, the OHHA track representative.
Who? Who's going to shave me?
Well, Amy's going to try, and we're going to try to figure out how to do it so we keep the social distance and the protocols in place. So I know that would scare anybody. But if you go to the OHHA website and you go to our COVID-19 page, there's a link to PayPal. You can make a donation there, and it'll let you click on the Equine Benevolent Fund. And if we can raise $500, then Roger becomes a clean-shaven Roger.
5th Division, 2-year-old
Horses in behind the gate, Chris Patterson.
The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come.
Thank you.
They're up and pacing the crash, going for the lead. Wiggle It Jim between them. Let's Terra down along the rail. These three across the track, battling early as they race into the turn. Wiggle It Jim now takes the lead. Here comes McCrash up on the outside with Presley going on. Let's Terra and Barker got the rail third. Advertising Profit back to fourth. Hello Rocky on the inside. Hey, far down the backside, and the new leader is McCrash, but McCowan pulls on the line. There goes Wiggle It Jim up on the outside. 32-1. Soft opening panel. McCowan went to front end with Wiggle It Jim. Back to second, McCrash. Let's Tara and 2 racing in at the rail third. Racing fourth, Hello Rocky. Advertising to Profit is your early trailer. Down the stretch for the first time. Wiggle It Jim and Cameron McCowan whip straight up by 2. McCrash second by the half, 103-4. McCowan's tapped on the brakes. Let's Tara is third, and Barker starts to ease him to the outside. Hello Rocky will motor from here, and Advertising to Profit fifth. Down the backside they go. Wiggle It Jim by 3.5. McCrash can't go with him second. Racing on the inside from third. Lee's Tara up on the inside. Hello Rocky. 3/4, 134. Wiggle It Jim, the one to get home from here. In at the rail second is McCrash. On the outside third, Lee's Tara. Got room now, Hello Rocky. Down the lane they come. On top, Wiggle It Jim. Hello Rocky shoots on the outside. Wiggle It Jim. Rocky. McCrash. Wiggle It Jim. In 203-4. Hello Rocky up for second. McCrash gets the show dough.
The win goes to Wiggle It Jim, giving us our 6th win of the day, 6 of 12.
Daryl Hoosier's stable gets the blanket for the 2-year-old Colt Pace.
Cam McGowan.
Sponsored by Eldorado Soda Downs.
Cam McGowan was the winning driver for trainer Ron Steck. So today we had 4 drivers with 2 wins each. Scott Sisko, Doc Holliday, Hank Levan, and Cam McGowan, all with 2 wins each on the 12-race card.
5, 4, 32-1, 103-4, 134, 203-4. Back half in a minute.
Final quarter.
2 wins on today's card for trainer Steck. 2 wins on today's card for the owner's stable, Here's to Us stable, Millersport, Ohio. And it's going to be a driving double on today's card for the talented Cameron McCowan. Last year's Rookie of the Year.
Final quarter, 29-4. Initial win for Wiggle It Jim.
In the
3
circle,
lifetime
winner the
starts.
12th. 5th division, home talent for 2-year-old Colt Pacers. The jackpot, $2,584. Here's to Us stable, Millersport, Ohio. Ronnie Steck, the trainer. Cameron McCowan, the driver. Number 3, Wiggle It Jim. He's a 2-year-old bake gelding by Mr. Wiggles out of Stacy's Lady. 203-4 with a back half in a minute. 2 for Steck, 2 for McCowan, 2 for Here's to Us stable. And McCowan, his second of the season. It's official, Advertising to Sport. 5. Let's Tara 4. Wiggle It Jim, the winner. McCrash 3. Hello Rocky 2 in the bottom horse out. 32-1, 103-4, 134, 203-4. 5, 4, 1, 3, 2, scratch, 203-4. That's the stands. That's going to wrap it up today. Welcome you back here tomorrow. Post time 12:30. We got 11 good ones tomorrow. Thank you. Good night. And fans, stay safe.
So there you have it. The winner, Wiggle It Jim, Cam McGowan for Ron Steck, winning the getaway feature, so to speak. Well, Tom Pye, another good day of racing at a county fair in the Buckeye State.
Excellent day of racing, and very informative too.
Now, where are we going to be tomorrow? I want to check you. This is text trivia. Where are we going to be tomorrow?
Hilliard Station. No, Hilliard. No S.
And you win a package from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.
Thank you, sir. And we'll be here at 12:30 with more great Home Talent Colt Stakes racing from Hilliard and the Franklin County Fair.
By all means. Airtime tomorrow around 12:15. First race post at 12:30. Live from the Franklin County Fairgrounds in Hilliard, Ohio. For Tom Pye, Don Holden, yours truly, Roger Houston. Adios, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for joining us today for Home Talent Colt Stakes action from the Franklin County Fairgrounds. Be sure to join us tomorrow afternoon for day 2 of racing from the Franklin County Fairgrounds. Post time is 12:30 p.m. For our entire production crew, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Be there!